So, welcome everyone to a little creation, a little invitation about talking business in India. So, I'm Rebecca Holst. If you have somehow found this on the internet, and I have a wonderful partner in crime with me here today, Lisen. If you want to say hi.
Hi, I'm Lisen Bengtsson from Sweden.
And we also have our mentor, our friend, our person that we go to when we have all the questions. We have Martin on with us as well from Sweden. If you want to say hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Good morning, Martin.
Yes, and we are recording this, so don't worry, Swami. We are recording. So this is something that Lisa and I have been playing with, have been creating with. I don't know about you, but we're always asking for more in our lives. We're asking for more revenue streams, more possibilities, more businesses. In our point of view, there's never enough.
So true.
Yes. And one of the businesses that we have been playing with recently is open in 47 countries, including India. And when I was there in Mumbai, I opened this business on my phone just to see what was happening. And oh my goodness, there is so many possibilities in India. So we knew that we knew all of you guys and that we needed to share a little bit about it. Lisa, do you want to add something about the company? And
well, I can just add that I started as well. And one of the fun things is that there is a really good market in different countries. Sweden, I'm also fortunate, have been doing a lot of work here. And so there's a lot of companies connected to it. So what we're going to present now is first something called Cashback, that part of it where you as a customer have a lot of benefits and then also the business with it. I'm on both parts now. So I'm both a customer and I also provide my services in there. So you can also get cashback on the services when you buy something from me. And this was the fun part to look at it. And personally, I'm not always into these apps and bonus cards and all that we're going to look at. And then I saw it added to my life, my daily life, and made it more fun. And then money started showing up. And I was like, I didn't really change anything. I just added something to my life that generated money to me. I was like, this is really cool. So that has been the start of it, to share things. And Rebecca's just going to show you a little bit of how it looks like. So it's called Cashback. It's an app you can download. We can start with that, right? And that is what we're going to show first. Because basically, here's the thing. When you go shopping in your daily life and you show this app, there's different versions of how you use it. But the simplest one is to show the app and then money shows up in your account afterwards, percentage. It's usually up to 5%, and sometimes they have offers where it's up to 10 and 15%. I've seen really amazing offers where I'm like, oh, I should go to this country because they have a lot of different things. So all the countries are a bit different. And this has been the fun when we saw India. India has a lot. We need to get to India soon.
Yes, we need to go shopping. So I've actually been sharing a lot of the different purchases that I have made. And so if we go over here, I actually just created a little website about it because I wanted to share, like, this is real. Like, we really did spend this money and received this much as well. So, as you can see, it like traveled around the world. Like, I started in Italy and I went out for lunch at Il Laghetto. And now, if you've always wondered where I'm going, what I'm doing, now you can see.
We can track you.
Well, in the past, you can see where I have been and where I may go again. But this is not live, so there's no live stalking. There's just previous stalking, post stalking. But I use it in flights. I've rented cars. I went to the Oberoi in India, which was fabulous, and I got a butler and had the best time. Like, honestly, I also know if you like the Taj hotels in India, that they are on there, and if you book flights with Jet Airways and Singapore Airlines, you can also receive cashback on those flights too. With the airlines, the amounts are capped. Just be aware of that. But there's so many available in the different countries. And the other thing that is fun for me is you don't have to just use it in one country. Like if you have like a loyalty card system for a particular coffee brand you like, if you if you use it, you can just use it in that one country. It's not available worldwide. This is available in every single country that Cashback's in. So works well for me because, as you guys know, I can never stick around in one place for very long. Lisa, do you want to share a little bit more about how you've been using the app and playing with it?
Yeah. So one of the things, guys, well, most of you, I think, travel also a lot. So when I started, I was like, I got really thrilled that some of my purchases that I do on a weekly, sometimes daily basis, I book hotels and flights, and I look for restaurants. So when I started this and I opened the app, one of the things that really stuck out for me was that booking.com, hotels.com, and Expedia are on it. And I was like, really? They are already charging like up to 30% from the hotels. I was like, that's incredible. And for me, and I book and I get on hotels.com, I get 3%. I get my points, I get the extra room after 10 times, but also now get 3% and shopping points from booking. And it's one click extra. In the beginning, it was 2 click extra, but now it's just 1 click through the website. And even you can even make it simpler on your computer. But it's 1 click away, and then it started being really fun to see because there's a lot of hotels I book. And I was just grateful, here's a system that even honors me with the money when I use it. So hotels.com, I have a lot. If I look at my app, mostly are hotels, some restaurants, my bakery around the corner is on. So I was like, really? I don't always use it when it's very small purchase, but maybe I should always do it. But it's really fun to see that my daily life includes a lot of these things. But this is all the higher amounts when you saw like you're renting a car, airlines. I haven't done the airlines yet, but I'm definitely going to do that very soon now because I'm booking my next flights and see if that is included. So one thing I also looked, it became fun because I do like my money. I love generating more money and I love taking care of my money. And this is one thing I could get, like I'm caring for my money even more because I'm willing to also have a little bit more, even if I purchase things. And then when I talked to Rebecca and she's like, this is really cool. What she also did was go out and look at all the countries where we are often flying to, often in. Italy is really huge on this, for example, as well, and all the restaurants and all that. So we're like, okay, here's a lot of things we can choose. And online shopping, of course, as well. So every country has a different thing, but also if you go to other countries, you get to see what's in that country as well. And some of them you can even apply when you're in your own country. So I have had a lot of fun with it, and I've added a lot of things to my daily life. And I'm like, when I buy flowers, a lot of the flower shops here are involved. So I was like, oh, and they have these events where you get even more cash back. And I was like, this is cool. And I hear a lot of this cashbacks programs. They have different words. In Germany, it's a really big one. Payback, I think it's called something like that. But their percentage is 0.5, 0.8. It's under 1%. And this is standard. And they think it's really good. This is the funny part when I talk to a German person, because I didn't care about it. My dad doesn't even have it either. But everybody asks you if they have this card. And I looked at it, 0. That's a lot of purchases I have to make to get up to anything. And then when I looked at, here it doesn't even have a 0. It goes directly to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for example, as my dad is living in Germany, I have been there, I've used the card, I've looked at the system, and a lot of the normal shops in Germany, in almost every city, are involved. So it's growing very rapidly around the world. A lot of companies also love being on because they get loyal customers and happy customers like Rebecca and Lisa.
Yes. And another thing I just want to share, because I know India, we love our cash. You don't have to just do online shopping. If you're using any of the normal retailers at any of these like the physical businesses that you're going into, like that particular purchase where I bought lunch in Italy, I paid cash for that and I still received money back to my bank account for that. And so I know in India, we love using our cash. That's okay. You can keep going with that. You just have to scan your online app when you're live in the store. So I just wanted to make that clear and easy for everyone too. Any questions so far? I guess you guys are all good. And hey to everyone that is joining and has jumped on. We did record the beginning, so don't worry, you don't have to have FOMO, but the app that we were talking about is called Cashback, if you missed the beginning. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the different business possibilities that are available too. But I also wanted to introduce Martin a bit more. So he's our guy. We've claimed him now. And he's the one that has introduced us to this business, and he's been working with it for a while. So Martin, can you talk a little bit about what you've been doing, your role in the company, and what you're excited about it for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So my name is Martin, as you probably heard now, and I've been involved for 6 years. And in my town here in Helsingborg, in Sweden, where I live, 6 years ago, there was just a couple of small companies involved. There was 4 companies, and there was about 200 customers, something like that. And today we have 20% of the population in this town, and there's hundreds of companies involved. And that is because there's a very smart way for the company to get the customer first and they pay afterwards. That's how we get our cash back. And I love that system because it really helps the small business owners today to get more clients and to get the money before they pay anything. So it's been the same development around the world. We continuously open new countries, and just this month we open 2 new countries. Colombia will be the next one that opens up, and also a couple of more next year. So it's continuously developed all the time. And today there is literally over 500,000 places around the world that you can use the application. So, and I've been part of that. And I think you will come to that part as well, what it means for the business owners. But I've been using the application, and it's so simple. Every single time it works. It's very, very simple. Just show the application and you get your money back to your bank account. So it's very simple systems. Yeah.
And you don't even have to get it to your bank account. What I noticed, you can also choose to keep it in the app and use it for the next purchase. So some people like that a lot. I like it, seeing it accumulating, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I can go shopping and it's for free this time. So you also enjoy these perks where you could choose. In the beginning, I went to my bank account, and then I was like, oh, let's keep it in the app and see what happens. Now it's growing in there. So it's like a fun add on to my life. But I also like the way, because I mean, I have asked you a lot of questions. Rebecca has asked you a lot of questions. And what he's not saying, that he was one of the people in Sweden where there was basically nothing. There were like 3-4 shops. He started where there was nothing. Like when I hear other people here like, but there's not enough stores. I'm like, do you know that some people started when there were 4 stores and loved it? And we can just go left and right. There's a store we can use. Okay, down here in my building where I live, there is a barber shop. He's on it. I'm not going to go there, but he's still on it. Then there's another store on the other side. So it's really easy. And there's a lot of them. And I know, as Martin is, you don't know him yet, but he built up Sweden with some people, and he knows a lot of this. So we have a really good backup person that we ask about anything. And of course, we don't know everything in every country, but let's see what we can create also with India, and also contribute to India, but also contribute to your wallet when you're purchasing things.
And just to also share my screen again, because I just want to share what stores are in India right now. So this is my little cheat for finding things around the world, is going into the search on the web browser and then clicking on the different countries. You can do it on the app too. But you know, some of these brands you will know, some of them will be new to you. I remember one of the first things Martin said to me was like, you can buy pizza on here. And I was like, cool, where? Now I know where. In India. There's only Indian restaurants in New Zealand that you can purchase with cashback right now, but in India you can get pizza. So no idea what that says about the 2 countries, but hey, how is it going to be better than this? But just to give like a little bit of a brief example of some of the things available. And of course, you'll be able to search by different, you'll be able to search by different categories. You know, if you want to find a restaurant, if you are going shopping for new clothes, if you want to get a different kind of car service, or you're looking to see if petrol is available to buy, like you can really go nuts here. So I just wanted to share a little bit of the brands, the names.
It covers almost all areas of your life. That's one thing. And it depends when we see there's a lot of shops in India, not all countries are that good developed. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And, as we always are with Access Consciousness, it's about expanding your receiving. How much more are you willing to receive? It doesn't matter that it's necessarily coming in little amounts. It's about, being willing to receive from anywhere and everywhere. So who wants to talk business? You guys are being beautiful on mute now. Now we want you to be loud and only Sasha. Okay, so everything from here on in is just for Sasha.
Me too. I'm at an airport.
Oh, okay. And Datu. And Parveen. Okay. Maybe more of you do want to talk about business.
Me too.
You guys are so good to manipulate and play with. I love you guys.
We have a business Me Too movement right now going on.
Awesome. We will capitalize on that. Thank you. Maybe we should find out some more cultural pretext before we use it, but we'll try
Absolutely.
it. You never know what people are talking about when they say Me Too now. All right, let's do this. Let's share my screen again, but let's just share this. Are you guys able to see what I'm seeing?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
At least we think we're seeing what you're seeing.
Do you see
very
good.
what I'm seeing? It's a trick question.
It is a bit.
Yes. So this is our official part. This is the part where we have fancy slides, and we will use these to the best of our ability because they are 30 minutes old. How does it get better? Because we wanted to make sure we had the Indian ones, because you guys know that India is different to the rest of the world, and so did Lisa and I, and so we wanted to make sure we had your things. So now I don't know how to click into the different things. So as we were talking about with Cashback, I thought this was so cool. I didn't know this until right now. A new customer is joining every 37 seconds, and a new loyalty merchant, all the different businesses in Cashback, every 10 minutes. How cool is that? That totally gives you a global scale for what is going on here. And
so I've been one of those.
Yay! Leesen's taking one for the team. She was one of our 10 minutes and 37 seconds. Thank you, Leeson. And this isn't a new company. I know a lot of times when we're looking at different businesses and when things are new, people are always going, yeah, but is it new? And is it tried and tested? This has actually been around and making money for a decent amount of time. And let's just put Martin on the spot here. Martin, how's the money you're making?
It's very good money.
we were happy man.
Yes, we were teasing Martin that maybe he needs to make dress shopping money. So he was telling us oh, you can make 3,000, 4,000 euros, and we're like, perfect, you can buy a dress. So, and that was just what one of the career levels that is halfway up. So many different possibilities for money.
Well, just to say that Martin is living on this, he's working full time with it. So you can have it as a sidekick, you can create it as a full time, you can have fun with it, you can add to it. So for us, it's an add on, and we'll see what it creates in our lives. Yeah. Here we have a nice slide.
And it's a thing you do one time and you can benefit for life. That's what I like as well. So you come to that.
We like things like that. So this is just explaining what we were talking about earlier, that when you use the Cashback World, either the app or the desktop program, you can receive up to 15% cash back to you. And you also receive something called shopping points.
Everything. You can use it later on.
Exactly. So these are just some of the Indian merchants that we have available. There's so many more businesses than just this on here. I opened it up in Mumbai and I was like, oh my God, so many businesses. You guys are not going to have a problem finding things. on
No,
there.
and here you see the big brands. And when you open the app and you go locally, it can be the shop around the corner. It can be your bakery. So you have big brands, and then you have all the local stores as well. And they get on one by one and being added and invited. And that's something we also can do ourselves, invite people, invite businesses. But it's really cool to see. And you talk to them and they're very happy being on. That's one of the things I also really like, is that the business really like being on.
And we can talk about that more in detail too, and how you can be a part of that. So we've been talking about Cashback. So Lyconet is the sales part of this. So there's many different businesses under one umbrella of My World, and Lyconet is the part for selling. Cashback is the one for shopping. And they also have different projects. I actually don't know anything about these. So Martin, I'm gonna pull you in. Like, what are these different things that we have going on here?
This is two organizations. I was just on that page here, and we can read a little bit more about what's going on. But basically, every time there's a turnover being done anywhere in the world, when there's a purchase, a small percentage from that purchase goes back to these two organizations. The first one is Child and Family Foundation, where we built so far 13 schools around the world just from the money being the turnover in our companies. So that means that money goes back directly to the people who really needs it the most. And then we have Greenfinity, and that is another organization that really takes care of the environment around that. So for example, if we build a school, we normally do something around that school as well. We help them to develop the let's say we do any water project or anything where we get anything to grow or whatever it is. So there, but you can go to these two pages and read about what we're doing. The first school we built together with Nelson Mandela in South Africa. I was there last year and visited that school. So it's a really, really cool thing we do. And as you say, there is project going on in India right now. And I think I can read it here, right?
There's 4, 5, 6 projects in India here. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, it is.
And you guys might even be near some of these to go and check it out, and we can put you in touch with regional people too if you want to know more about this kind of part of it.
Sure.
So these are two different business options that we have available. So you know how we're talking about how there was all these businesses that you could go and buy things in Cashback? You can help find those people that have businesses and have them invite them to be part of Cashback. And this is where Lisa actually knows a little bit more than me, so we're going to do this one together.
Well, basically, you start with downloading your app, no? And then you're a customer. And as customers, we look out where we're going to go purchase stuff, what we would like in our lives. And then I was like, oh, let's get my own business on this. This was exciting for me because when I start with a business, I really want to look at all the aspects. And I was like, I wonder where all the businesses are on there. Let's put my own business on here. And this is one thing where it creates a lot of joy in my world is when they have a coaching session with me, because I provide services. You can be service, you can have a shop, you can sell products, you can be online, you can be physical store, you can basically just wherever you're selling something. And so my services now are on Cashback. So if you have a coaching session with me, I'm a partner, you get 3% back in your shopping points. It's just a delight to offer that for people as well. And it's getting a lot of fun here in Sweden, but it's not Swedish based only. So any client at the moment that goes online for some of my classes or especially my sessions, they get their cash. And here's the thing. You can just choose to be a partner program and a premium partner program. So we'll go into that. I think we have even better, nicer slides for that.
I think so too.
So, and the prices we'll do in a bit because I don't remember the prices. I only know them in euro, but we have found out what they are for Indian. So that's really good. So when you start in a partner program, you are then featured in the app. And you can write what you like in there and what you're offering. And it really increases your sales, more popularity. People find you in a different way. They can search for you in an area, of course. They can search for what you're providing. They can also find you randomly because you're there. So for example, for me, I live very central in Helsingborg. So a lot of people see me on the app because I show up in the area when they look what's around in the area. What I found that could be really fun. Then you have option to create shopping points deals and then increase your sales to business. So there's another option when both businesses partners are in Cashback. You can make deals with each other. What's really cool as well. Then we have the premium partner program where you have the same as a partner program, but you add a little bit of things. You get customer database connection. So basically when you're in there, you have a program that helps you check out who are your customers, who's adding to your business. You get customer cards that are created for your special business that you then give out to your VIP customers. They get a special card that is for you. They can go and use it anywhere else as well, but it's connected to your business. You have a nice logo on it and all that. So from that, when people are purchasing with you or also otherwhere, you also get bonuses to your company. You make money when they also go out and buy things in other businesses. What I feel is really, really cool. So it becomes this almost a win-win situation. You can also pull statistics when they go. Let's start this in the beginning of the morning.
You could do it.
Stats. Let's make it even easier. And here's the thing where you can play, but you can also receive a lot of information. So if your business is going well on some days and other days not, you can check what's going on, who's coming, and then you can also market directly to customers and say, hey, I'd like to increase men coming or women coming, or at the time, the date, or you have special offers. And this is where you can adjust it to your business. What I like a lot, because every business is different. So if you have a standardized way of doing marketing, it kind of is limited. Here you start playing with it so it works for your business, and you can try out different things as well. I really like that. And also you can check a lot of things, how your business is going, and get that information from the software that you receive when you're a premium partner marketer, a premium partner. You don't have the same thing with a partner program. And you don't have the cards. What's really good with the VIP cards, people love them.
Exactly. And I mean, just think about, like, I just put the screenshot of Lisan's business in our WhatsApp thread, so you can see her there because she's one of my favorites. I favorite her shop. You know, it's actually a very handy way for me to keep your address, actually. Anyway,
that is
different topic. But for your clients and for your business, like, what another way for them to feel special and valued, that you have them as a valued clientele, for your sessions, for your things. We were having just want to bring this in there because I know that there's a lot of facilitators for access consciousness on this call. Lisa and I were having a quick discussion about different access classes and having them as being part of your cashback business. And we were looking at that, having your core classes, your bars and your foundation classes, and any specialty class with a set price would be dishonoring to have it in here because it is creating competition. And remember, with global pricing, we're looking at eliminating the competition, creating an even playing field. So I just wanted to say that part out loud. But having, your private sessions, your specialty classes, your intro evenings, if you charge for a bar swap, all of these different things, they could easily go into this.
Yeah, so my next online class next week about money is in it. So I'm really excited. And of course, that creates a buzz and a question mark and all that. And of course, it's all about money. So let's put cashback on it. That made it a lot more fun even to see what else is possible here.
Nice. That is fun. I can't wait to see that.
It's in German.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen it, because my German isn't yet as good as you think it should be. Let's not say as good as I think it should be, because I know my level of German. But Lisa, you do have high hopes when it comes to German.
I do. She's on her German, on her Swede, so she's gonna get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, am I an honorary Indian yet? Though that's probably the real question. Let's see what else we have here. So this is what Lisa was talking about with the backend system that you have access to, that you can use to create more for your business. Do you want to say anything more about this, or?
No, I think when you go into it, and this is more like, this is a second conversation. So if you're interested in that part and you do become a merchant in it, you will get educated mostly by lots of other people and Martin. And at some point, I know a lot more about this too. I'm still newbie in it, but here's the thing: it's all step by step. So it's super simple when you get into it, and you learn the next step, and you learn the next step. So I don't think we have to go into detail with this because we're starting as customers, and then when you want to be a merchant in it, let's go for that too.
Exactly, and this is another part of that as well.
It's the app you use when you're in it, yes. Here you have the full branded cards. You get 250 flyers with your logo. You get 250 branded cards, I guess, too. So this is really cool.
And if you want to order more, you can. And as you can see down here, it's almost 20,000 rupees down the bottom here, plus taxes. Because, you know, in India, everything the tax is added on after. Cool. And this is another part of what we were talking about with the CRM, where, you know, you can communicate with people through this too.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Do you want to talk about this at all, Lisa?
Not at the moment. I think we can do that next time too. Cool.
Awesome. And guys, if anything's piquing your interest, like, just let us know, or feel free to ask us a question now. Like, as you know, like, no question is a silly question with us. And we are really happy for this to be something where you talk to us. We don't just want to be talking at you guys.
No, you're almost Swedish. They don't say
They're so quiet, they're Swedish. That is hilarious. The new record, the quietest India meeting in the world.
I get it. I've never been to an Indian meeting that is so quiet.
But I require some time to understand all these things, so I'm quiet.
That's okay, Reka. We can, I mean, I know we do talk a bit fast too, but I'm really happy to have a conversation with any of you in person or, you know, on the phone as well.
And can we ask questions on WhatsApp group too?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why we have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I can add something quick. Is that okay?
Oh,
okay.
Of course.
I don't know if everybody understood that once you get the card from a company, so once you give a card to your clients or customers, they register for you. That means you get their information. So that's the easy way afterwards to send out information for them. So for example, let's say a restaurant, they normally have no clue how often the customer visit them, who they are, how much money they spend, and how to communicate with them. They just hope that they come back the next time. And in this case, they give away this card. And once the customer get the card, if they want it in the application or the physical card, doesn't matter. They still have to fill in the registration. And once they fill in the registration, this is how they get the information about the customers. So for example, they can, after a couple of months, they can go into the application and they can say, okay, how much turnover did we have the last month from our clients with our card? And then they can see how much turnover they had. They can see, okay, how many from this was girls and how many was men, which age group, where do they come from, is it from which countries, etc. They can also go into it and say, okay, show me my 10 best clients for the last year. Send out this offer to them. So it's a very smart tool for a business owner today to really have the knowledge is what's going on in my company. How can I work more with my best clients? How can I get more revenue from them? So it's just wanted to add that so everybody understands. Once the customer get the card, they fill in the application, and here is how you get the information about the customer so you can follow the customer in the future.
Awesome. Thank you.
Guys, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Yeah. So were you able to generate leads on the business end? So when you put in your business on this platform, were you able to generate new fresh leads from this platform?
That's the target. I don't have a business on this side yet.
Okay.
And I know that Lisa has just, as you could see from the WhatsApp, she hasn't added her picture yet.
So it's very fresh, very new.
But I can speak from my side. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I've been part of it for quite long, and I can see my business is just a small business. here in Sweden. And I had, I don't know how many now, I can go into the page and see, but I probably have like 200 new clients from coming, just finding me from other places just because I'm in the application. So I have a huge turnover from people just finding me in the application today and doing the purchase, which is really, really cool. And
sorry, I was going to say, just for scale, how many people live in the town, in the area where you are?
Here is about 100,000 people in this town, and 20,000 of them already have a card.
Cool. So just for perspective, and then, you know, in India, the scale is much higher.
Yeah.
And I also use it, as you said from the beginning, I can do business to business with other business owners. So every purchase I do from my company, I do from another merchant. So we cooperate in that. So when I buy my computer, or when I have my phone or whatever I do it from another merchant that's connected. So it's a really cool system.
And I'm sure you guys will be able to find, you know, hotels for your classes and different things like that, and all kinds of things like that in India too. You know, your snacks for your classes, your catering. I'm sure we will find a whole clientele by the end of this process.
Yeah. And if you have any doubt how to do that, Rebecca will show you exactly how to do it in India. She's really good at finding all the ways, the possibilities. When I wasn't sure or something, she's like, oh, let me check. And then she comes back and just she has this brilliant way of just finding things, how they're connected. And I mean, if I have started talking, I've asked the local stores, how's it going? How do they like it? Because it's new for me. So I'm also very curious. But a lot of it was like, yeah, I like the marketing part of it because it doesn't cost you anything if you don't have a client. If you have a client, of course, it costs you some percentage, up to it costs 8%. But otherwise, it doesn't cost you. And then one of the flower shops that I go to, she's like, yeah, yesterday a guy from Germany came. He was just showing the app that he found me. I was like, oh, that's the interconnectedness that we find. People start looking for it through the app. So you are the special one. Instead of the other one next to it, you become the one they choose. And you're like, oh, you become the chosen one. You're special. That was one of the fun things, hearing the interaction. And also, like, some of the stores have really appreciated that they have more loyal clients, but also that they are contributing to them. So this is this win-win for both sides, where it's been fun to hear the stories from the stores that are on the app.
Hi, this is Swami. I have a question here.
Go for it.
So, I mean, I just believe that most of us here are into training and coaching business. So how this is relevant? Because what you are speaking about looks like if I have a store, if I have a shop, then I can keep track of number of people who are coming in. But here in case like me, where I'm just a trainer, how it is relevant to me and where can I apply? Is it just limited to the clients who are approaching me, or is it that I can go outside and perhaps expand the business through this particular system and reach out to different stores and perhaps make more business? So can you just give the relevance of this and how it is relevant to a person like me or people like
Sure. So first, I just want to say we've been using the examples of shops, stores, restaurants, hotels, because that's what we've so far used. In New Zealand, for example, a lot of the wedding industry is on here. Like, there's so many services. Like, you could book a whole wedding through the app in New Zealand, because it's a lot of service-based things here. And so for me, I see like nothing like access consciousness is going to be on this app in the same way. It is literally incomparable to anything else. We know that from the access tools. So to me, I see this as a way to get the access tools out to a completely new audience that has maybe never ever heard of access consciousness before, and to be able to offer them a completely different experience than they have had before. Like, imagine if someone is looking for a spa or relaxation service and they find your bar session, their whole world is going to change, and they may not even know it. And to me, that is really exciting.
So yes, you're locally featured. So for example, I don't have a store. I have services. I am now featured locally. If I have a web shop, if I have a shop online, I could also feature myself to be an online business. And then then when you search for you online, on the online businesses, you will also show up there. So there's a couple of steps we can do because for me, it's interesting to look at the global part of this, or the regional in way it's Sweden or Denmark and all those things. And yes, maybe they won't find me as number one in Denmark or in other countries. I get that. But they are featured. I'm featured if they look for me in a country. If they look in Sweden and they look for, if I look at, there's different tags, but coaching or something else, relaxed. I don't know what words they use. I'll have to check that now because it's still new for me. Then they will show up. For example, I've seen here quite a few coaching sessions, stress release things, relaxation, massage, of course. So I'm in that area, you would say. Coaches in Sweden I've seen quite a few on this app, so it's very interesting to look at that. And then it depends on what I write as well about my business. I have my best friends and colleagues in Denmark. They are on with their company. They do have a clinic. So they are featured. You can find them exactly where they are, and they do have, you can go there as well. But they feature this stuff, and they're very clear on what they offer and what it is. So it's really beautiful to see. They're very happy to be on, and they have also seen people finding them more and more and more. So their visibility has created more interest and more questions. They're also very new. It's about a month that they're on. So everything for us is very new. But what I saw is the possibility, as Rebecca says, getting our services out there, creating something that nobody else has. Because I don't think, except for us two and three we're Rebecca with, the Access Consciousness services aren't on this yet. So we would love to have that in every country.
So I just did a search under health and beauty for alternative practitioners. And just for an example, you have an AMP clinic, a first aid clinic, Pure Life and Company. You have a couple of Ayurveda, how do you say that word? Ayurveda?
Ayurveda, yeah.
Clinics. A few of those, one home pharmacy, a poultry farm, and one acupressure center. Like, that's all that's going in alternative services in India right now, under the health and beauty category.
Okay, thank you for that update. So it looks, just to give an update. The idea that I'm getting is it's like there is an app called Just Dial, where we can register, and there are people who can reach out to us. So are we here speaking about the visibility, that we become more visible to different areas of the world, and they can search us and locate us and take our services?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly.
One of the possibilities available.
Okay.
All right.
So the funny part is, if you're locally, if I am coming here locally to Helsingborg and I open the app, you can also you can choose what area you're searching. So you go in and look local at the town, or you go 20 kilometers, 100 kilometer radius. And that's where what shows up then in the app. So when I'm here, this is fun, you won't see it, but the third name is me. I like this. We do need to get out in a good design in it, so it's very new. But it's me. I'm there, and it's like really fun to say, okay, my world is changing just by being here, and then I can show that. That also becomes very interesting for people. If people ask where I am and all those things, say, hey, I'm featured there as well. What happens is I invite my clients to be on Cashback. When I invite them, they get my referral, of course. What also happens is that they get cashback when they buy with me. They get it in other services, and I also make money of that. And I was like, this is really cool. So there's this where it's yes for my services, but then I add on and I receive from everything else as well for my business. So we don't only have one area that it's creating. But I do see that I want to make, for example, I'm not, at the moment, a little bit more in Sweden. Usually I'm around a lot of countries, and in the winter I'm in Spain. And anywhere I go, I can create and contribute with this. And then they're also featured. The businesses are also featured on Instagram, on Facebook, depending on what the country has, where they are also supporting the businesses. And in Sweden, for example, we have a regional Facebook group where everybody posts if they went shopping there, they post it. If they went to eat there, if they use the services. And then everybody also puts out everybody else's services too. Have you seen this one is cashback? This one's here. Today I bought my petrol. I did the shopping for the week here. So they're also really, this is the one where I look, everybody's contributing to each other's businesses. And I see when I have a business, I can add another business where I'm also sending my clients. And by sending them, I also make money when they purchase there. So there's this multi-possibilities of creating a lot of things. So if you have a new client, and they go for you for bars, and then they say they have something else, I don't know what they need. They maybe want a massage, and you're not doing that. You could be adding other partners that you're connected to, or you just send them there. Or you're not connected to them directly, but you say, oh, here's one in the app. It's in this area where you live. You can go there. So when they go and purchase their massage there, you get a percentage back for that, or up to a percentage from that purchase. So this is where we all start connecting within a community with the cashback. And if they're not in there, you see, hey, they don't have enough things that I would like to refer, you can become a person that also adds other businesses. There's a little education required for that, of course. I'm going to go to that too, because I really want to invite a lot of businesses to this. But then you can start making that part of your business as well.
Great. Sounds
I just had another idea.
Go for it.
So how do we begin? Like, what is the process here? I have just downloaded the app.
Cool. So, we're gonna go through that. Don't worry, it's coming. We promise. We're not gonna keep you in suspense forever.
You can change the slide. This is a boring one.
Yes, it is a boring. Well, I don't know what's next. It's a mystery to me.
I'm sorry to interrupt here.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm Seema. I came in late, so I'm just trying to, catch up to all of that you all have been mentioning. Seems very exciting to me because I see a lot of possibilities here. From what I can glean is it's about an app through which we become very visible and reachable, as well as we kind of benefit from each other as well. Is that what it is?
You nailed it. And you also receive some money back. So for each purchase, you can receive cash back.
Beautiful. One guidance here is that I don't know where the app is. Where can I download it from? Because I stepped in late. And second thing, that I am basically an English teacher, and I am into Access. So I am a BAS facilitator at the moment, and so I have access to children. And I am contemplating like going all out for the teenagers, because I am carrying out counseling sessions for the teenagers. So I see a lot of possibilities here, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you for your little summary and contribution. That was wonderful. If you feel like you weren't quite sure what was happening until now, that's what's been happening up until now.
And anybody
there
can
was another
start.
thing that
Good.
Yeah. So I was wondering when we have clients who come and ask us to say discounts, this is a great way to tell them that they can get some cash back instead of giving them a discount and say specialty class or even a session. You could say you could use the cashback app and get like some money, and that's like I don't think like people really think too much about the money that they have. It's the whole idea.
It's about the idea of a deal that they negotiated.
Yeah.
Perfect for India. No, I'm sorry, I don't offer discounts, but you can get cash back if you're part of this app.
Yeah.
There you go. And so this page is just a summary between the two different options for having your business in here. So if you choose the partner program, everything that you have with the dots, nope, don't highlight that way. And if you choose the premium program, there's more things basically. Does this all make sense?
Yeah, and if you want to become a marketer here, or a merchant or partner program, we're going to go into having that more in detail, because then we also want to look exactly what's required in India, because the countries can be a little bit different. So we just want to do an overview today, so you guys get to know this and get to start using the app. That was one of the, she'll put in the, I think you have put in, I don't know if you put it in the chat, Rebecca, your link to Cashback. because you can do that. So they can download the app, get in there, start. So basically when you go in here, you're going to have both Rebecca and me and Martin available. So with you, working with you guys. So this is one thing we wanted to partner up, Rebecca and me, because we're different in the way we create business. We are interested in different things, good things I don't find. I say one word to Rebecca and she knows it within 5 minutes. So I'm like, I have the best partner in crime that I can even ask for. And she travels around the world as well. And we want to work with a couple of countries. And one thing when I was looking at which countries are working, Sweden is great, but I was like, I like global. So I was like, I need to get to different countries where I haven't been in, where we can look at this from a different perspective. And at one time this week, we were like, or last week, we were like, India. Oh my God. And then she told me about when she was in Mumbai, how amazing it was. I'm like, that's the energy that's the one that's thriving, where the businesses work with each other, where there's a lot of expansion possibilities, enjoy. And I know you guys, I mean, I've been to India a couple of times. I see a lot of you in class. I have not been to India enough, so we're definitely
working on that.
I am sorry. But I know the joy you guys have creating, and you guys are fast and quick. So I'm like, oh, and it's kept on popping India, and Rebecca, we need to talk about India. And so that's why we're having this invitation, because we got the energy. India is going to be so much fun to create with you guys, and it is something we create together, and we contribute to each other. And we help each other and look for different possibilities and how can we get out there. And we didn't see this and da. So we're going to have quite a lot of meetings for the people that really want to be on this. We can do anything. It's like everything's possible.
All right, so let's see what else we have.
Yeah.
We're playing roulette here. Okay,
Yes.
Cool. So we talked about having your business in Cashback. So this part is talking about selling and creating a business by inviting others to be a part of this. So this is where Lyconet comes in. Lyconet is the name of the business that deals with selling. Remember, we talked about Cashback is for shopping, Lyconet is for selling. And so India has strategies. They're rounding the kittens. I know you guys know what you're like. You need targets. So we have some. So number one is merchant acquisition. So that's talking about bringing more businesses into the Cashback world. And then the other one is about rapid growth. So inviting so many people that you know to get the Cashback app. And then the third one, Martin, if you know how to translate that, go for it. Otherwise, we will find out when we find out what that means. Nope, we don't know. We'll find out.
It says Bangalore.
It does say Bangalore, but that doesn't mean we know what it means. As we said, we did get this presentation just before, so we have to ask some questions ourselves. So this is what we're talking about, where you can get different companies in. So the price, so if people want to be in the partner program, it's 9,900 INR plus taxes. And then if they want to have the premium system, where we talked about those loyalty cards and the different things that were also available, then it's 19,900 INR plus tax. Just so you know, you guys do need to have a PAN card, a PAN card, to be able to be in this business side, just so you know, that's part of the requirements. But this page here is talking about how you can receive commission for inviting businesses to be that premium partner or that partner. So Martin, do you want to share a little bit more about what do these numbers mean? I know I'm testing.
I will see what the numbers. Yeah, and I think this is the.
You're used to.
Oh, this is the commission. Okay, this is for
Yeah.
the Lyconet. So if you help other merchants to be part of the community in the future, you will also get some benefits from that. So this is the money you get from the signing up your friends' stores or something like that. So you get some benefits for that as well.
There you go.
So that's a way to contribute as well. If you have other loyalty partners that are other merchants around you or friends, they can also be part. And in that case, you get a reward for helping out there.
And just be aware that this is pretty new, and so it's not in all the different regions. I know you guys are in different parts of the world, so just be aware it's not in all of India yet. There's a few places that are a little slow to the uptake here.
And that we can change.
Exactly. You know, when we ask questions, we generally get what we want. So I'm sure it's coming soon. So if you sign up a partner, so if you have a person's business and they sign up to be a partner and they pay 9,900 INR, then you would receive 1,800 INR and 100 shopping points. What does 100 shopping points mean? Martin?
Okay, you also there's different ways to earn money also if you want to be part of that, and that is, as you said, you get this money for signing up, but you have like a career system, so it benefits from where you count all the shopping points that is generated from the business, and this is one way to generate a little bit more shopping points, and then you calculate, okay, how many shopping points does this person generate this month, and then you get paid for that as well. So there's actually a two-way system to get some extra benefits from it.
I just made career level 1. Yes,
I have a question here, Rebecca.
Go for it, Ritu.
So, yeah, the partner program, the pricing, what is shared, 9,900 is per year. How is it like for
one time?
One time. Oh,
one
so
time.
Any merchant can join?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry for that. One time.
Oh, wow.
Good
That's
question.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And
this is super inviting.
I know. If we had started like 4 or 5 years ago, the amount would be huge. They're very different. So no, it's really cool. It's one time. If you're a premium partner, there's a little small monthly fee on it for the program that you're receiving to work with, but it's very small. And then you do pay. So for example, if you go and have a coaching session with Lisa, or you go with Rebecca soon when she has a bar session, or somebody else, and I have a client that has cashback, I will be paying 8% if I'm a partner program, if I have a partner program. So it can be different. We'll have to check very in detail. So Indian is exactly, we're just starting to get all the information. But me personally, I pay that 8% to Lyconet, the company, and I get that afterwards as a invoice. So I don't pay it up front, I pay it afterwards, and the customer has paid. And this is something I really like. They have paid, then afterwards I get an invoice for my basically paying for the services that I have on Cashback. I think it's awesome system created, so you're not putting out money that you don't have. So you pay when the money is there as well, and it's instant state. It's really good.
So cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
so another question here.
Sorry, go for it.
Rebecca, yeah. So something like that, if we really want to bring it out, okay, in a greater part. So do we go through a training program, and like maybe me and Datu are here in Bangalore, and we get together and we invite merchants. I mean, how does that like?
Yes. So there is training, both live in India and online, that you'll be able to take so that you can sign up merchants. Basically, you become what's called a merchant marketer. So you can market to merchants to have their businesses in Cashback. And I also just want to mention, because I know that you guys have friends all over the world, these are the India prices. So this whole business does have something that's very similar to global pricing. It doesn't have a percentage way that Access does, but they do create their prices all over the world. So quote these prices for businesses in India, but ask us if you want to know the price for a different country, because it does vary.
Yeah, sure.
And you can, of course, invite other companies in other countries. So if you're connected to another country, as we're doing now, I'm sitting in Sweden, Rebecca is in New Zealand, and we're talking to India.
Yay!
So there is no limitations. There's definitely a lot of knowledge and a lot of information required to receive before you go into a country. And of course, we need that. And we do a presentation with the overview. And when we're going to go to details, we need to get deeper into it. And we're going to make sure we know everything, because that's one of the things we really like, is having the details so we know we're not saying something that's not true. So sometimes we're saying we will check more because we really want to make sure it's correct. But when you go through this training, afterwards, you can do it in different ways. Like you can gather a couple facilitators. You can talk to your local store where you go and shop a lot and ask them, are you guys on this? It's a certain amazing possibility. And then you also have material to present that for them. So it's super easy. It's quite simple. That's one of the things I'm learning. It's a lot of information in the beginning, like quite a lot to get the whole sense of the whole company. When you have that, it's so simplified for to use it. So I was like, this is easy. It's not hard. The app's not hard. We have also done tutorial videos, and we can do that for the Indian market as well, how to use it, where to click, what to look at. Because when I'm heading to Germany, I can already in my app or on the website check out Germany. When I do that in the app, I officially can see, okay, this is where I'm heading. This is what I already can do now. And so it becomes for me fun to look at the different countries that have different possibilities. I think, and I might be wrong, Martin, is it IKEA in India that is on? I'm like, I don't remember what was in India.
Oh,
that
I don't remember. It can be. I know IKEA is in a couple of countries so far, but that I have to look. I can't guarantee that. No. I need to look in the applications.
But it's one of these big Swedish brands. It's not on Cashback, but it's in India. And I was like, and I had a lot of fun looking at that. So this is where, especially also all these countries, is there in Hira?
No,
that's awesome.
I don't see it.
I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But there is Swedish brands in different countries.
Yeah.
But, well, there is in different countries. So this is the fun part. Maybe it's not in India. I'm sorry. Maybe it's something else.
There is one IKEA in India.
Yeah, I think IKEA is in India. The question is if it's in Cashback. I'm pretty sure IKEA is in India, but not. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
India,
IKEA has in India. Yeah. Well, here's a fun thing. IKEA is not in Germany. So one of my friends was looking. She's buying there and some other stores, and then on Amazon and what was else, iTunes and things like that. So one of the bigger brands shopping, like grocery shopping, it's called Rewe in Germany. They have these cards. What are they called? They're not gift cards. So when you're paying for your grocery, there's a wall of gift cards. And you know what gift cards they have? IKEA, Amazon, iTunes, Apple stores, everything. So when you go to Rewe, you can buy all these gift cards, get cashback on them, and then you go to shopping to IKEA and all the stores. So you basically find systems where, and I was like, that means, and they have so many gift cards. Germans love these gift card things. And I was like, oh my God, there's many possibilities when you get a little creative. So yes, IKEA does have cashback, but not directly, it's indirectly. So things like that, you can find ways where it becomes really fun. And my friend, she's like, oh my God, I just bought my new winter tires through Cashback. And she's also going, she's like a little Rebecca. She's like everywhere she finds new things for her to work for her. And I was like, that's brilliant. So when you're curious about it, you find a lot of possibilities.
Awesome. How are you guys doing? Because I know we've given you a lot of information, and I just did a quick fast forward through the slides, and there's not that many of them that have that much more information. So where are you guys at?
So I was just wondering, how do we begin? I mean, just in case, because there is an app already available, so people can start downloading, or is there something else, some other process?
Number one, Rebecca needs to put in her referral number for Cashback. She hasn't done that yet. So when she does that in the app, you click on that and you start downloading the app. Yes. And you sign up that you're in it. Then do one purchase.
So
see how it works.
Yeah, I haven't yet signed up. It is giving you an option to either log in or register free of charge. And I was just wondering if there is a link which could.
Yes, Rebecca needs to give you the link.
It right now.
Can you post that, Rebecca?
Yes,
cool,
post
thank
it.
you. Because she just put the website. There you go. Choose this one, because then we are partnering up together. And this is one thing. We're going to partner up with a lot of people in India and work with you guys. And then the next step would be using that, looking at it, and we can have a meeting like in a week's time and start looking at, or in a couple of days or whatever. It depends what you like. And also just go for the next step and look, hey, how does this work for you? Do you want to add your business? Do you want to start using it? Even if you just want to start using it, how can you start generating money with it for you and for other people? How does the referral work for you guys? So these are the steps where we can go along and go as far as you like.
Great. I have one question here. So the referral system begins only when you become either a partner or you buy that premium program, or people can just start off with just downloading the app and start. And if they can start referring, do they still earn? How does it work? I mean, do we have to be part of the program, or is it even outside?
So you don't have to be, you don't have to have your business be a merchant to start making money. There's a different system in that. And I don't know if we had the details for that, Rebecca, that you need 10 clients.
Yeah.
We'd have, no, so you don't. Yeah.
Here. I mean, it's a simple little slide, but we can share it to you.
Yeah.
So this is what they meant by securing your future. So when you become the merchant marketer, so that's when you're inviting businesses to join Cashback through you. The target is to have every business, every merchant have 10 customers and to create 10,000 INR in turnover. And then you would earn a bonus and shopping points for your career level, as we call it, when they do that. So you get a bonus when they sign up, and then you get another one when they reach this target.
Okay, thank you. That explains a little bit of it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, this is just the beginning. I mean, that's why we talked at Let's Talk India Business. Let's talk about all the different things that we have available that we'd like to invite you guys, and then have a look and go, okay, so what piqued my interest? What made me go, ooh, that? What was following the energy for me? What was light for me? And then from here, talk to us and let us know which ones you want to play in, because this, as we said, it's a lot of information at the beginning and there's lots of different possibilities. So remember, follow what's light for you, and we're happy to talk about this all day and night. So let us know what is fun for you, and then we can do another more in-depth conversation.
Sure, thank you.
Because believe it or not, we've been on here for over an hour.
But just so you guys know, you don't have to have your business there in that way, that you're offering your services through the cashback, and that's the only way you can make money. So there's many other ways. So I put it up there because I thought it was really fun. Rebecca was looking at what businesses she wants to provide, but she's also already creating money and business within it without having. So there's different version of, and this is the fun part for me to look at. What Rebecca said was really awesome. What's fun for you? But one of the things I did do in the beginning was just explore the app and see how it works. How do I do a purchase? Because if you want to invite other customers to also use it, and then you also can get percentage of that, you want to make sure it's fun for you. Because when you present anything that is fun for you, it's a very different thing. If you haven't used it, you're going to present something you think is good or something like that. And for me, it was really I really like that everything I'm doing almost is already creating some money for me, and I didn't have to change my way of living. And this is where you can look at, hey, does this work for you locally? Is it fun for you on a global scale? If you guys are one of those travelers, this is really awesome, because it's going to be really fun to explore the different countries. And you're going to see, oh my God. I mean, I was at the, I think it was Munich airport. Don't you think there were shops at the Munich airport on the app? I was like, really? Is that in the terminal? Yeah, okay, let's go there. And I was thrilled. I was like, this is like the playfulness towards myself as well. And I did go shopping. So I was like, oh, this is fun. It was closed. So I had a lot of fun there. So we, like Rebecca and I were also looking, we're going to do some shopping online Christmas things. And it's adding to our lives.
And if you happen to come to Rome I know a lot of you are coming to the Rome COP. I know quite a few restaurants and stores that we can go to. They have lethal cocktails. We can have some fun in Rome. We can do a bit of a shopping tour. So Italy is crazy for cashback, so we can use that to our advantage very easily.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any final questions or things that they want to say before we jump off? I know it's gone a little longer than we thought we would, but you guys have been so awesome.
I am just about to register there as from the link provided by you, and there are quite some GTS to be read and all that. I don't know, like a lot of fine print there. I usually don't get into all that because my excitement is all about first, I just head into something interesting and I take it on as it comes. So let's see how it goes from here, Rebecca. And
Yes.
Lizen, thank you so much.
Well, I was watching a presentation in Hindi trying to get some information for you guys in India, and it was going through the system and saying the terms and conditions, and it was just saying yes, yes, yes to us for all the ticks, and I was like, okay, guys, like, you know, if you get the sense that you should read the terms and conditions, please do. You have to take care of yourself and make your own choices legally. But I just thought it was so funny to see on this video, like, yes, 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 for all the ticks. So do your own legal due diligence. We cannot be legally responsible for that. But just know that we're having fun with it. They are an Austrian-based organization from the beginning, and they tick their they cross their T's and they dot their I's. He's very onto it.
There's a lot of ticks here, so you do need to tick, 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 tick. It is, if you're anything with German and Austrian, you're going to have some extra things.
I am traveling to Australia at the end of this month.
Nice.
For my SOP.
Yay,
and I am. Yes, Rebecca, shall see you there. So how will this app, like now downloading this app and being a part of it, how is it going to help me there?
Well,
I'm sorry, might be a stupid question.
Have you booked your hotel?
I have.
Good. Awesome. So have a look at, I haven't been to Melbourne there yet, but I plan on exploring there. Melbourne has some of my favorite restaurants in the world, and if they are not in Cashback, I am going to get them in Cashback. So we shall see what they have, because it's a place that is one of my favorites. I haven't explored there yet, but it's not going to take me long to tell you what I know is up. So stay tuned.
So we have our beautiful WhatsApp group. We also have a Facebook group called Happy Shopping with Cashback, where we provide globally information and inspiration, and we ask everybody, like, if you find something, you post it there to inspire each other. So you'll see German, Swedish, Rebecca, me going different places, and it's growing. So it depends on the countries, because we're going to go global. You're all invited there. We'll put up a link, so you can also go in there. And then, for example, if you are in doubt, you can either put it on our WhatsApp thread or go on there and it's like, hey, do you guys know this and this and this? Or can you help me with this? And then we go in, or you directly direct it to us. But what we also like is putting it out there for everybody, because then maybe other people have the same question, or, oh, I didn't think about that. And that's one thing I like with the contribution to each other, because it's still quite new for everybody, and the countries are developing. So one thing that was working was how it was a year ago, it will be very different this year. And this company, what I also enjoy, they like change. So they change, they find better systems, they look at what when they're in a country, they look what works, and when afterwards, we need to change it, they change. And we guys know a lot about change, right? But there's a lot of other people that don't necessarily always appreciate that, because that's how the system is. No, we're creating it better, better, better. But better doesn't always mean that people like it, and that's so funny. So there will be changes. There will be things you see, oh, now it popped up. And if you like talking to other businesses, you might be the one changing your city, your town, your country even. And that's one of the things, like, what could we create with this? And yes, Australia, I think we're going to find a lot of good stuff. But when I start, for example, now that I'm traveling so much, I start with seeing which systems do I use for hotels. Some hotels are directly connected to Cashback. And of course, if they're on hotels, Booking, or Expedia, they're all connected then. So I use that as number one. Then I look at my flight. When I've chosen what kind of flight I would like to choose, then I check, are they on? And we have a list with that, and we're going to provide that with you even more, because some countries, for example, Emirates is on, but not when I look from Swedish perspective, but when I go into the specific countries, and then you can add them to your favorites and you can use it. You don't have to be in that country to use it, but the different countries have them on their app, or they basically show them. So they're not everywhere. But I know Rebecca, this was one of Rebecca's things that she found airlines. And I was like, there are a lot of airlines.
I have a list of airlines. Yes, I have a list of airlines in the countries that you have to go into to be able to use them.
So for example, Rome, we were looking at transportation. Do we need to use the local taxis, Uber, or other services? and we're finding other services. So we'll be also providing that. So we're also, when there's interest, when there's a demand, you guys know, I don't know, we're gonna have that like a little bit of a service on that as well.
Yes. So keep asking us for places. So right now for Melbourne, what I've found is you can buy makeup, you can buy shoes from one of my favorite shoe stores. You can buy a bit of clothing, and you can buy books. I will check out and see if there's other things available that we can use in Melbourne. But right now, that seems to be what it is. The shoe store is dangerous for me, but.
So what I heard about airlines. So like suppose if I've already booked with a certain airline, so if I find that on the cashback, and then I just have to go there and click for my favorite as my favorite, or is there another way of doing
So basically with the cashback, and we have a video that we can send you for how to use that, but it's just one extra click. For things like airlines and hotels, what we've found when we've been reading the terms and conditions very carefully is that you cannot like credit back from previous purchases. You have to make sure you go through your app, you click the link in there, and then you go and you complete your flight purchase. They will not go back and give you compensation for previous purchases.
I thought
just
so.
be aware of that.
So. Yeah.
It's
Thank you
just the
so much.
first step, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And I know you're flying more, so that's good.
Exactly. You have many more places to be.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, guys, like this is not the end. I know that like no one wants to get off, but truly like we should let people go on with their day. But don't worry, this is not the end. Talk to us on WhatsApp. Join our Facebook group. Like, let's get creating and playing, because I would love to see you guys receive more money, create with us, and let's see what other possibilities are available for getting places out there in the world, including Access Consciousness.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. It's so awesome.
Thank you so much for introducing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.